Should you or should you not join a trading group? How do they work? What do they do? Are they a good fit? Are they worth it for you? And what are the pros and cons? And maybe the biggest question is, are there other alternatives out there where you can learn how to trade the crypto market? Man, I wish that I could have found a video answering these questions years ago when I was so desperately looking for crypto guidance. So I decided to make one. And my experience with trading groups might both surprise and enlighten you. Road Dog Crypto. Welcome back to Road Dog Crypto. My name is Lane, and today we were talking about trading groups. Should you or shouldn't you? Now, I have mixed feelings about this topic, but let me start by saying that I am not here to bash trading groups. There are definitely decent ones out there, good ones out there that will give you access to training videos and help you learn how to navigate the markets and how markets work. I actually learned technical analysis through a trading group, so I cannot deny that they have merit. But not all trading groups are created equal. Not all of them are ethical or on the up and up. And some simple research can shed a lot of light revealing that some of these self-proclaimed experts claiming to be professional traders aren't only just exaggerating their experience, but are also simply just not being forthright or transparent about their trading experience or their true source of income. And that is where I have a problem. Let me first make my stance clear. Finding a good trading group can have positive benefits. However, you do not need to join a group to learn how to be successful in this market. Everything that you need to know to be an outstanding and profitable trader or investor is freely available all over the internet and in bookstores across the world. So today I want to lay out what a trading group is and how they operate. Hopefully, after sharing my personal experience with the group, you can at least see what they really offer you and if it's worth the $1,200 or $1,500 that you fork out a year to be a part of it. First of all, we'll talk about two types of groups out there and finding a good fit. And then from there, I'll go over the pros and cons that I experienced with the group that I joined. Afterward, I'll give you a couple of alternative methods that you can get the same quality education free. And lastly, I'll give you a list of warning signals that can help you identify which groups that you might want to think about running away from as fast as you can. I'm not going to mention any specific YouTube influencers, but should you see the behaviors that I mentioned, it might be in your best interest for you and your portfolio to look for another option. The final decision, of course, is always yours to make. So just as there's different styles of trading, there are also different styles of groups. If you're not already a profitable trader on the spot market, let me save you a ton of despair and financial woe by begging you to please stay away from all groups who utilize and praise leverage trading, margin trading, and perpetual futures contracts. These are definitely not for beginners, and those who tell you that you'll be okay are probably just wanting you to click their Bybit link or exchange link so that they can get paid affiliate money. Just be aware. If you're trying to learn technical analysis with a group, you need to find one that focuses only or mainly on spot trading. You have to excel on the spot market before you can even dream about excelling your trading game up to the leverage level. Okay. Now, if your story is similar to mine, you probably saw the great potential in crypto and decided to dive in. However, over time, whether that be years or a few months, it occurs to you that you're not experiencing all those gains that you'd hope for, that you're seeing everybody else around you make. You figure out that something's amiss because your account keeps suffering. So finally, after losing a lot or maybe most of all your investment, you decide to buckle down and learn what you don't know, which is technical analysis and how to trade properly. Even though it looks extremely intimidating and probably take 5 bottles of Tylenol to even attempt to wrap your mind around a bunch of numbers and lines and squiggly things. Luckily, that's just you being nervous about stepping out of your comfort zone, because this stuff, all those lines and squiggly things and all that stuff that you'll be learning is really not that complicated. It's just a process of being familiar with it. The truly hard thing to master in trading is your emotions and how they influence your thinking processes. All the rest is really kind of basic and easy to learn. Go figure. Now, you probably didn't expect that, did you? It turns out that market psychology really is the market. Okay, so quickly back to my story. I joined a trading group, paid my admission fee in crypto. I got a welcome email with some basic instructions and links to various Telegram chat rooms. I got a link to a private YouTube for weekly screen share meetings, a downloadable PDF with some chart patterns and some just a little helpful information, and some other things copied from Google, and access to about 20 or 30 training videos. Now, the chart rooms where charts were posted as trade setups by the main guy. There's also a section where some trade ups were posted by some of his top level administrators. There are rooms for newbies to post questions that can be answered by moderators and admins, and areas for me that I could post the charts that I replicate, meaning that I will take the charts that they put out, redraw them and post it so that they could critique it and tell me how well that I was catching on. And lastly, there was a general chat room for members, which was later removed because it really wasn't productive to a learning environment for new people coming in that still held on to bad habits. While I was involved with this group, I noticed that there was a common misconception among a lot of the new people that came in, and that they just seemed to think that simply joining a group would automatically change everything for them. So what you're not told during the spiel and the shill of the trading group is that you've got to do all the work yourself. No one's going to take you by the hand and walk you all through it. You paid, here's the material, here's the links. If you got a question, we'll point you to the videos to rewatch and give you some brief answers here and there. Renewal instructions are in the mailbox, and good luck. Now granted, the trading videos weren't of high production value, but hey, it takes a lot of a person to put out edited videos on YouTube, and I totally get that. So even to my surprise and minor disappointment at that, those training videos were actually one of the most important things in my education, even though they were just simply reading over Investopedia articles and tutorials coupled with some general commentary. That was it. So in the end, I paid a lot of money for someone to literally just sit down and walk me through Investopedia. And the crazy thing is that it worked. And that is what I needed to jumpstart me to get out of my rut and actually learn this. The most helpful thing I got out of being in the group, other than the training videos, were the weekly screen shares, where the guy would spend an hour or two just breaking down the market and what he was looking at, talking about the patterns, the basic economy, things going on in the news, divergences, indicators, trade setups, and the best places to enter and exit a position. This essentially took all the information that I learned and was putting it to practical use in the real world charts. It was really following those screen shares that made it all finally click together in my head, and that's what spoke to me. Now, the third aspect that I found helpful were the daily posted trade setups. Now, they don't all work out, and you usually only hear about the ones that do, but the daily trade setups are helpful to learn from and sometimes to utilize for a trade yourself. But the flip side is that some people start using these trade setups like a signals group, and they start getting a little bit lazy. They start failing to do their own technical analysis, and they just start following the ideas of others. Now, some people like it that way and are willing to pay, expensive group prices just to have access to that. And for many, that's why they keep an active membership ongoing in a trading group. But as a learner, one has to be careful not to use that as a crutch and always verify the accuracy of the technical analysis by redoing it yourself. And you should do that with any trading setup that you see anywhere. Go and do your own technical analysis on top of what they have, see if it comes up similar or different. So if money isn't a problem area for you, then a trading group might be right up your alley. However, the audience usually targeted to join the groups are usually in a state of emotional or financial distress. And like me, they may have just lost half or all of their capital, and that $1,200 or $1,500 a year, preferably paid in full, it suddenly seems very overpriced and out of reach for those people who need that information and training the most. And in my opinion, it is overpriced. So when looking for a group or anything in crypto really, common sense should tell you that if it's being heavily shilled, there is something amiss. The best advice that I can give you when sorting out all the overly confident trading professionals trying to take your money is to simply do your own research before you join. Go back and view their earliest videos. Did they have another channel before? If so, look there too. You will be amazed at what they've done or said before that they've forgotten, and this is where you can get to the real truth. Let me be very clear. Professional traders do not need a YouTube channel to be successful. The definition of a professional trader means that the majority of their income is coming from trading, not from long-term investing or holding, not from trading group income, not from super chats or paid courses. It comes from trading. So don't be fooled by the hype. And if the thought of losing a YouTube channel brings tears to a crypto influencer's eyes, then you can bet your bottom dollar where his true bread and butter is coming from, and it ain't trading. Now guys, if you want to see what a true professional with Wall Street experience, how they carry themselves and how they act, and the vast knowledge that they can bring to the crypto sphere, look no further than James over at InvestAnswers. This guy doesn't even monetize his channel. He does not have a trading group. Any money that's given to him on his live streams through super chats is going to a charity. If you don't see some similarities between the things that this guy brings to the table and what your professional trader with Wall Street experience is bringing to the table, there's obviously something amiss. And I'll leave it at that. If you can't trust your crypto influence to be transparent and honest, how in the world can you really trust what they are teaching you? Because if they have sloppy habits, and I've seen several who do, you will also inherit all their flaws, and you'll just keep making the same mistakes over and over, just like I see them do. Now listen very carefully. You cannot grow as a trader or investor unless you embrace your mistakes and embrace your flaws And you've got to dissect those carefully to learn what went wrong with your analysis and then put a plan into action to avoid making that same mistake again. So avoid the teachers who are too quick to erase their past and their mistaken work without a solid examination as to why what they put out there as a trade setup failed. You deserve to know, and they deserve to find out where they are going wrong so that they will not make that mistake again for themselves and to mislead their followers. So before you send away your hard-earned money to some cocky influencer promising to solve all your problems, take the time to look closely at how they handle their own emotions and mistakes, because those are really the two most important areas to master when it comes to being a successful trader or investor in any field. And in the market, we call this backtesting. And that's where we take a look at prior history of charts and how the indicators reacted in certain times and events. And that's how we determine if an indicator or pattern is worth its salt. I suggest that you do the same thing with anything in crypto that is trying to separate you from your money. Guys, if you are new to the channel and found this video helpful, a like and subscribe would be very helpful and appreciated so that this content can reach others who could also benefit from this information. If you're looking for a free source to learn how to do technical analysis, to read charts, and to trade crypto, the free chart school playlist here at Road Dog Crypto channel is always growing and always available for you. Until next time, my name is Lane, your Crypto Road Dog, signing out. Peace. Road Dog Crypto.